Okay guys, welcome back to KY Coins and Collectibles. And what I've got here is another package I just got, and this is another album I'm going to try to put together. I know you all had seen the video I just done, and I'll post a link up here to the right, and that was of the Dansco 7070, the 77 top set. And I had most of the coins for that one, and there was only, I believe, 6 or 7 out of those that I was needing. And that was a hard album. And I believe this album is going to be a little easier because I really think I have all the coins for this album. So let's check it out. I've not opened it yet, so let's check it out. I'll show you my new case knife I got the other day. It's a brute. It's a big one. It's a buffalo. And I told you on the last video I want to try to start showing off showing off a case knife, a new one, in like every video I do. So I've got a bunch, and I'll try to use a different one in each video, because I know a lot of people collect knives and like knives. There's my alarm. So let's go ahead and get this opened, and what we'll do is check it out. And I believe I've got most of the coins right here. And can you guess what it's going to be? Okay. Okay, guys. So I got this off eBay, and voila. So of course it's the Walking Liberty $50 set, and they are from 1916 through 1947. There are 65 coins in this set, this series. This is the 7160. So 65 coins, that is a lot of coins. I believe the top set had might have had over 90, and like 93 or something. And I believe the Morgans have about that many too, so just kind of remembering off the top of my head. So it's quite a bit. Like it's a good amount of coins for a series. So 65 coins in this set, and I believe I have most of them. I think I have all of them. Now the key dates to the Walking Liberty series is like your 16 S, and then your 21s, all your 21s, like your 21 Philly, San Francisco, and Denver. All those are key dates. They're harder to find. And I believe one of the 38s, the 1938, let me see which one it was, the 38D. And then on the 16s, some of the 16s and some of the 17s are a little better dates. Really, all of them between the early years, like you're from 16 through like your 20s. Most of those are better dates, and then when you get into the 30s and 40s, they're a lot easier to find, especially like the 42s, 43s. So them are a lot easier dates to find. So on the 16s and the 17s, there is a obverse mint mark and then a reverse mint mark. So for each year, and I don't know if I've got one right off. So I believe there's a 36, and these are out of a collection I had bought a while back. There was a lot of walkers in it, and I really just wanted to put a set together because I believe I have them all. And 34s, here's some 30s. And what I'll do is I'll pause the video here in a second, and I'll go through them, and I'll open it. There's a Benji. So I was trying to see if I had one on hand of the obverse mint mark. But normally your mint mark is going to be on the reverse, which is the back here. And here's one. If you can see, it is right here, right in that lower left area where the tip of my pen is. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll pause the video and I will start putting these together. But first, let me show you what the inside looks like. This knife is like really super sharp, and it is like way overkill for doing this. So it's just more for looks today than it is usability, of course. So as I have said in my earlier videos, these Dansco albums, they're my favorite. They really are. Like, they feel good, they feel durable. They're just very, very nice, and you can tell very sturdy. So here we go. On the first page inside of the cover, it tells a little history about the Walking Liberty, and I will try to, if y'all want to pause and read some of it. So yeah, gives a little brief history about it, which is cool because I believe right now a lot of people like the Walking Liberties, the walkers. It's a really neat set, and it has like one of the best designs on it. Like, I believe it's been considered like one of the best design coins or something. I've read a couple articles about that, and of course they use this design for your silver eagles. So that's pretty neat. So let's look through this real fast. On your first page, of course, it starts at the 1916 DS17, and maybe I was thinking it was, so it don't look like it's got the obverse and reverse on the 16, so maybe it was just the 17s. I'll have to check. I was thinking it was both, and I'm not sure why. But in here it's only got it on the obverse and reverse for the 17s, so I may have been wrong about the 16s. I'll check, and whenever I go to put my coins back in, I'll let you know. Which I'm sure, if this is how it has it, that's how it is then. So I may have been mistaken on that. But you got your 16s, 17s. Starting on your D, you've got the obverse, which is the front of the coin, and then your reverse is the back of the coin. And the same for the S, San Francisco Mint. 18, 19s, 20s, 21s. So your 21s, these are key dates here. These are going to be key dates. 16S is key dates. Your 17s are better dates. And I believe the reverse are like the ones, I mean the obverse. The obverse are better dates. They're a little harder to find. 23s all the way up until 34. It looks like there wasn't a 30 or a 31 or 32. And it's weird, like I've been putting sets together and I'll come to a certain date and I won't really notice it until I'm putting a date set together or just a regular set together. You'll be like, where's a 30 at? Where's a 31? Where's a 32? So a lot of these series, U.S. coinage, there are certain years they may not have made that coin. So that's whenever you're putting these sets together, you'll realize like which ones are missing. Because I don't even think I realized that a couple of these were missing, like the years they didn't make. On the back cover, they do have mintages for each coin. So that's really neat. You can always look back at this. And I was saying the 38S. Let's see here. Yeah, so the 38D. See, it doesn't look like there's a 38S on here, but the 38D, there was 491,000 made. And then your 21s, 21 was 246,000 made. And your 21D, 208, so 208,000. So, and then your 201S, San Francisco, is 548,000. So yeah. And then some of you in the 19, I forgot about the 19. It's a lower one too. 962, so it's under 1,000. I don't think any of the other ones are under 1,000 or a million. Yeah, just your 38D. So yeah, but most of them there's over 1,000 or a million. Sorry. In your 20s, like your 23s, 27s, 28, 29s, most of those are just around a million or a little under 2 million. So them are a little better dates, like I was saying earlier. So see in here, this has obverse 1. Yeah, so see, I don't understand this. This has got obverse. I don't know if they just put... See, I'm not sure. Because now it's saying D, obverse 1, 16, obverse. Or it's not 1, it's just obverse. So, I bet what this album is doing, which I kind of don't like that, is just putting one of the 16Ds and 16S's instead of like the 17s and doing the obverse and reverse. Because I'm pretty sure that the 16, I was thinking the 16 had both. And I'll look it up real fast and tell you. Maybe it was they changed it from the obverse to the reverse. So I just can't. It's early, I can't think, and I've only looked at it a handful of times. So Let me see here. Maybe they just done the 16s on the obverse, and that may be the case. So I believe that's the case. They on the 16s they only done the mint mark on the front, the obverse, and then on the 17s they done both. They done one on the obverse, and then later on they done it on the reverse. So I'll check on that whenever I come back, and I've got most of them put in here. I'll let you know, and we'll clarify that. But just right off, I don't know, or can't remember. So yeah, it's really nice. It's a little stiff at first, but that's good. The album is really nice, and it goes up to the 47, and then it gives you a bunch of extra slots here, so that's good. It's a beautiful album. So I'll bring y'all right back, and we'll get her filled up. Okay guys, I'm back. I finally got all the coins put together, and as you can see from all my flips I've had to bust into, I've got a lot of them. I do not have them all though. I'm missing 8. Just 8 coins, and I will have a complete set. I do have some key dates, but there's a couple key dates I don't have. I've looked. I think I might have 1 or 2 more that I've got on my list that I need, but right now this is all I could find. So I'm going to show you what all I got in my Walking Liberty half set. So some of the key dates, like your 16s, 17s, 21s, 38s, and then a lot of your 20s, like during the 20s, there's a lot of better dates, and then some of the early 30s are a little better dates. But let me show you what I got, and I will try if I've got a piece of paper here. Show you this. Let's do this so we can see them really good. So I need the first year, the 16. I've got a D. I need a 16S, and then the 17D obverse. So as I was talking earlier in the video, I couldn't remember if the 16 and 17 had obverse and reverse mint marks, but it's just the 17 that has both. The 16 just has the obverse on the front. So the 17 has both front and back. And then they quit doing it, and it just stayed on the back of the coin. So I was confused earlier, and I couldn't remember. But yeah, it's just the 17 that does have obverse and reverse. So I got really the next key date is your 21, and that's probably one of my nicest ones, the key date in here that I have. 21D is a better date, and I've got my book here. 21D, actually the 21D is a lower mintage than the 21, so the 21 has 246,000, and then the 21D has 208. So the 21 has 246, 21D has 208. So this one's a lot lower, and I think it's the lowest one out of the whole series. I need the 20D. So that page ain't bad. There's a lot on this first page. There's a lot of hard ones, like all of these lower like your 16s, 17s, 18s, and 20s. they're all like really hard dates. So this will be the hardest page to do if you're doing the Walking Liberties. Um, so, but yeah, some of my 21's not bad at all. But these are all the tougher ones. And let's go on to the next page. And I was kind of doing a little research, trying to just figure out why some dates were harder to get. And then, as you see on this next page, they actually skip a few years. So if you notice, it goes from 23 San Francisco to 27 San Francisco to 28 San Francisco. So there was no 23D, 23 Philly, and then they skipped like 4 years. So what happened, I believe, from 21, basically a recession, and then they started making the Morgan dollars. They really ramped up the silver dollars and kind of ramped down the half dollars. So they were focused on making silver dollars instead of silver half dollars. And a lot of people during like the 1921, there was a recession, and they really couldn't spend a lot of money, so they just didn't make a lot of them. Like there was really no use for money, and a lot of these coins kind of just sat unused because they were just not needed. Like nobody needed money. So that's kind of one reason. It was just really hard times, and that kind of is true from 21 all the way up until 29, when like the stock market crashed. So this whole like Great Depression era, you can really see how it affected people based on like the coins or the currency that took place during that time. So this half dollar set is really cool. And if you want to look more into it, like there's a lot of good websites online. In the Red Book, I don't have it with me right now, but the Red Book has a good article. And like I said earlier, even the front here tells a little bit. So it's really cool, little piece of history. The next page here, I need the 33S, 37D, and a 38D. And I believe that is all I need. And I only need 8 coins to have all of them. So I think I've got a couple of these later dates. I just don't know where they're at. I think I've got a 38D in my album, one of my other like 3-ring binders, but I couldn't find it, so that's a problem. And that 38D is, let's see here, yeah. So that's the other key date, and there was 491,000 made. So that's the other key date. Some of these later 20s have a little lower mintage, but you can still find them. And then once you get into like the 40s, you get past the 30s, into the 40s, you can find these pretty easy. Your 41 through your 45s, they're pretty common, higher mintages, and I'll show you the difference. So basically starting, we'll say 41, they made 24 million. And then pretty much every year after, there was about at least 10 million made. Until you get back down to 46 on this last page, your 46s, they started making just a few million. So the mintages kind of come down. So, and this Dansco album, they give you a lot of extra spaces here. So if you got some nicer coins, examples, you can just put them in here. But that's it. One of my nicer ones I've got is this 43, and it's got some nice little toning to it. And I'll try to pick that up on camera, but a couple of the things I look for in the walkers is the no AW. So what that is the designer's initial is on the back, and it's kind of at the bottom of the tail feathers, like right in here. Let me see if I can find a good one that stands out. Yeah, like this one, you might be able to see it right there. At the bottom of the wings, right back there, there's a little AW. So on certain years, they basically polished the dye too much, and it got rid of that initials. And I found one, and I actually had a video, me searching a row of walkers, or a bunch of walkers from a big collection I had purchased, and I actually found one. So they can be found. They're harder to find, of course. It's a little more rare. It's kind of like the FGs on the Kennedys. People look for the no FG, which is kind of the same thing, the initials. But this set's really nice. I just started putting together the type set, and I wanted to go ahead and do the Walking Liberty one because I thought I pretty much had all of them. So I've done pretty good, I thought. Just need 8 of them. It's a really cool series, and it's probably the most recognized $50 coin out there. I mean, everybody loves the Walking Liberty, and it's a great set. The later years you can find really good. Some of the earlier years you're going to be looking for and trying to put them together is going to be tougher, but you can always get lower grades. But not bad. I really enjoy it. I'm going to try to put more of these together over the next couple months. I'm going to try to finish this one up. I've been working on a couple other sets, so they've been taking some of my extra money as well as this one. And I'm trying to put sets together of the coins that I have a lot of. Like, I've got a lot of barbers, but they're all common years. I don't have many of the harder dates. So I'm going to wait on some of those older sets to put together. But this one's really fun. It's a little more challenging, but it can be done. The Benjamin, I've got a Benjamin set. It's not really hard at all. Besides the 55, that's the key date. The rest of them are pretty common. So the Benji is a good set to put together. A lot of people like the Kennedy set. It's pretty easy. It's really easy. But that's really it. I just wanted to show you all this. I appreciate y'all watching, and I hope y'all like it. And if you want to see other of my sets, just let me know. If you want me to talk about something else, just let me know. Please like, share, and subscribe. I just did a giveaway in the last video. I posted it today, earlier. So I will be doing more giveaways as time goes on. So just stay tuned, and you never know what video I'm going to do it in. But I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all have a great night, a great week, and happy collecting.